everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope today's been treating you well. In today's video I have got an almost full face of new makeup from Essence. There's a few bits here from Catrice, but Essence and Catrice are like sister brands, so I'm just, you know, Essence, Catrice, one and the same. It's only been about 2 weeks since the last time I did a Catrice video, so if there are products that you believe are new and I'm not talking about in this video, check out this video here. I may have mentioned them there because I am always keeping my eye on the new releases from all of the affordable and cruelty-free drugstore brands. So if you want to see more makeup reviews just like this one, you can subscribe down below. But let's just dive on into these products because there's some that I'm very interested in. There's some very exciting looking new products here. So obviously I've already got my foundation, concealer and brows on. There weren't any new products in that whole category, so I just went ahead and did that off camera, and I'm going to start with the Essence Contouring Duo Stick, which looks like this. I got this in 20 Light. They did have a fair version of this, but it looked very, very light. So I decided to go for light. So it's got a cream contour, which looks like a great sort of shadow, like properly contour shade, and then a cream highlight, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how much I'm going to use the highlight side of this. I would have preferred that have a little bit of shimmer in it so that it was like a glowy highlight, but let's just see what this contour is like. Wow, my ears are red. It's hot in here today. So I'm just gonna do the brave thing and I'm gonna draw this straight onto my face. It does feel nice and creamy. So let's see. Now, nose contour is not my forte, so if this goes really, really wrong, it's not the product, it's me. And I'm just going to tap this in with a Real Techniques Expert face brush, which is my cream brush of choice. So let's see how this blends in. It feels really nice and creamy, like as I was drawing it onto the skin. Really nice and creamy. So far so good. It's blending out nicely. It's not too pigmented, but I feel like you can still see it. Like, it is giving me a little bit of cheekbone back, where previously there was none. Okay, so I feel like that's blended out really nicely, but perhaps I went in a little cautiously. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more, squiggle a little bit more over, and let's see if it's buildable. It might not be. It might just blend out into nothing now. And also I don't want to use too much because I don't want my face to be grey. I need all of the help that I can get when it comes to adding sort of colour into my skin. So let's see. I do feel like my lighting is a bit off. It is currently evening, so there's no like natural light coming in from this side where there normally would be, but I feel like you can tell I've got cheekbones. I think that that's really nice. It's blended really, really nicely. Let me just get a mirror and look real close up. Yeah, I like that. I just wish that the other side was glowy, but that blended out really nicely. I have absolutely no complaints with that at all. At this stage, no complaints at all. So to add bronze, let's add some colour. I got the Baby Got Bronze Liquid Bronzer. Now, I have all of the shades of the blush in this and I love them. I also got the highlight, but I decluttered it because I didn't like the highlight. It wasn't glowy enough for me. And I know a lot of people will like that more subtle glow. not me. I like a lot of glow, so I'm interested to see how this is going to be. Is it going to be completely matte like the blushes, or is it going to be slightly glowy like the highlight? It just says this light formula is easily blendable for a natural and sun-kissed tint, and I got this in 20 Sun-Kissed Sweetie. Again, we can only hope for the best. If I get another bronzer that ruins another t-shirt, I'm going to scream. Because that's 2 now in as many weeks. So we've got a little bit of product squeezed out there, and I'm going to just stamp this on the back of my hand to like disperse it across the whole sponge tip. Need some more arm's length. I know I'm clumsy, but that was completely unavoidable. So that is what the colour looks like. Really pretty. Love that shade. Just wish it wasn't on my t-shirt. Am I being fussy? No. I don't think that I should have to be aware of a product not spitting on me. You know? Oh, but that has blended out. You know, I can forgive it. I can forgive it. That has blended out really nicely. That colour is so pretty. She is in her autumn era, but the skin can still give summer. You know, it's that. I want all of the like toasty orange tones on the eyes. I want a pumpkin spice latte in my hand, but the skin can still glow, is where I'm at. Okay, so that bronzer has been forgiven. I think that that looks really nice. Obviously it's still drying down, so I will report back in a moment or two, but I do feel like it's ever so slightly glowy, which I want. That is what I want. So, big fan of how that's looking so far. So for the blush, no, first I'm going to go in with the setting powder because this really intrigued me. It's the Essence Flawless Skin Trio Loose Setting Powder. It says blurring, brightening and smoothing. So this is what the outside of the packaging looks like. It's quite a substantial tub as well, and can you see? It's got like 3 separate little compartments, 3 different colours, which I didn't realise it was going to be 3 different colours, but inside, if I just take the little thing out, it's purple, peach and pink. And I think this does come with a little thing so that you can just choose one colour, but I think I'm just going to tip all 3 out into the lid and see how that goes. So we've got all 3 there. I'm going to get my usual setting brush and I'm just going to swirl into all 3 of those. I thought that had a scent then. I started to get the fear. No, it's not got a scent, which I'm thankful for. So let me just tap out the creases in my under eyes and then we can set. Let me get my mirror so that I can see real close up. So I've just done that down this side of the face. It's very mattifying, very, very mattifying. I don't know if I'm seeing, obviously I've swirled into all 3. So maybe if I just wanted brightening, I could just go into that peachy shade, but I am not noticing necessarily any brightening. It is definitely mattifying, and I would say that it looks smoother. Like, it definitely looks smoother on this side of the face. It's definitely taken away basically all of that glow, and I had used a glowy foundation. It was the Revolution Skin Silk because I wanted to use something that is glowy that I would normally definitely have to set so that I could see that very stark difference between the two sides. So this is with no setting powder. Let me zoom you in so that you can see. Wing. This is with no setting powder. Very, very glowy. And like you can see pores and stuff. And I feel like on this side you can't see any sort of texture really. I like it. Only time will tell as to if this actually elongates the wear of my makeup or anything. Only time will tell. But so far, I like the way that that looks. I will say, as I just dipped in to get more product to set this side of the face, I noticed that it is a very finely milled powder, which is a good thing. Don't get it twisted, that's a really, really good thing. Very, very fine powder, like I could see it sort of billowing as I was swirling my brush into the lid there. Yeah, I like it. It's not heavy, it doesn't feel mattifying in that way that if you're a dry skin human such as myself, you will know. It doesn't feel like that sort of powder, you know? It does feel nice and lightweight, but also like it's set everything down really nicely and sort of locked everything in. I need to cover my ears because it's hot and they are red and it's not cute. So, blush. I did a video where I was going through my subscribers, my followers, Holy Grail makeup, and one of you said about the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush, and I got one. Was it Cool Coral? Cool something, I can't remember, but I loved it so, so much, and I thought that this was more of an autumnal shade, you know, matches the t-shirt a little bit, and this is Rosy Rosewood. I'm so excited. I'm not going to swatch this one. I'm just going to dive straight on in. Straight in. So, let's see. Slightly further above that liquid bronzer. Tapping it in. Tell me that blush doesn't just make you come alive. I love it. I love it. I need every shade. Every shade. I love that colour. I love the finish of it. I love the level of pigment. It's not too crazy pigment, but it's buildable. Have I gone overboard? Probably. Do I care? Probably not. And you know what else? I feel like that blush over the blush that's in my project pan at the minute, which is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in Tahiti. I feel like those would be perfect together. Well, that's what I'm doing for work for the rest of the month. I love that blush. I'm thrilled. I love that blush. So for the eyes, I got two new products which are very like different vibe, but I'm gonna just try and make it work. I got the Catrice 24-hour ultra precise waterproof gel eye pencil, and this is in Rosy Copper. Look at that colour. In fact, let me just swatch it, because at first I got this because I thought that it would be, yeah, I think that that will be really nice, like to brighten in the waterline, and it's slightly metallic. Can you see that there? It is slightly metallic, so I feel like it's going to brighten, but also it's that like warm shade. I feel like that's going to be really nice, and that's really smooth as well. But I also got a bright blue liquid liner. Of course I did. So this is the Essence Colour It liquid liner, and I think it said that this was waterproof somewhere. Am I making that up? Yeah, I've completely made that up. It's just 01 Royal Blue liquid eyeliner, long lasting. Shake well before use. I will. Oh, it's a brush tip. You know I'm gonna love it. You know. Oh my goodness. You know I'm gonna love this because firstly it's blue. Secondly, it's a brush tip. I'm just gonna go off and try and do a wing. Try being the word there. And then I think I might try this through like the waterline, and I might like dab it on the inner corner a bit. I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing, so let's see if I can do some sort of wing with this. They did have a lilac shade that looked really pretty, but I thought autumn, it's got to be blue. It's got to be blue. So let me go off and try and do a wing. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I need to concentrate. Okay. Not my favourite blue liquid liner. And I know a blue liquid liner. Okay, I have so many that I love. This is quite difficult to use, even though it's a brush tip. Firstly, the brush is almost too long and too big. I feel like I couldn't get any sort of precise point to the wing because the brush was just a little bit too large, and also the actual liquid was quite thick, which was sort of painting on a little bit weird, but also it was a little bit opaque. So I had to, opaque? No, what's the opposite? Like transparent. It was a little bit see-through, so I had to go over it a few times. I have others that I prefer. I will just use a little bit of mascara. This is not new, but if you're looking for a new mascara and you like a lot of drama, a lot of volume, a lot of thickness and big dramatic lashes, that's exactly what I want, and this is beautiful. It's the Essence Lash Like a Boss mascara. There's so many Essence mascaras that are, in my humble opinion, not worth the money, but this one is really, really good. So just do a few layers of this, and then I'll see how I can make that coppery pencil, gel pencil. See how I want to incorporate that into this look. I currently have no idea how I'm going to make that work, but we'll come up with something together. So mascara is done, and I definitely feel like now that that liner has had more time to dry, I can't tell that it's blue. When I'm wearing a blue liquid liner, I want to be able to tell that it's blue. I've just got others that I think are easier to use than this one, and are more blue and look better and all of the things. Not my favourite. Absolutely fine. Not bad, just not my favourite. And that's that. So I'm going to, I think I'm just going to try and squiggle this like right on, I might try and put this like through the waterline and right on the inner corner to brighten. Let's see, I'll do one side and see if it makes any sort of difference. Okay, so I like it. I'm not sure I would use it in my waterline. I feel like because it's ever so slightly darker than my skin tone, it's not necessarily giving me that brightness that I thought it would. So I've got it in the waterline and right on the inner corner on this eye, and then nothing on this side. I do feel like it looks a little bit darker. wasn't necessarily the vibe that I was going for. I do think that this like sort of scribbled right across the lid because it is very metallic. Like I can see on that swatch it is very metallic and like reflective. So I think it'll probably sort of be a one and done, sort of all over the lid, tap it out with my fingers sort of a thing. I may have to get some sort of highlight powder just to highlight on that inner corner, but I actually think that on a deeper skin tone for this sort of a thing in the waterline and on the inner corner, I think that that would look beautiful. Just the shade is a little bit deeper than what I was maybe expecting it to be. So let me just get a highlight just to do the thing, you know? And since we're here, we may as well use an Essence one. Really, it just makes sense. So this is I think this was the summer collection from last summer. It's the Gimme Glow Luminous Highlighter. You can see how little I've used that, but it is pretty. So just taking a little pencil brush and adding that onto the inner corner just to brighten that back up again. Yeah, that's better. You know me and my inner corner highlights. So for the lips, if you have seen my channel before, then you know the love that I have for the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner. 2 weeks ago as I'm filming this, probably about 3 weeks ago as you're seeing it, I did a whole video swatching, trying on every shade that they did of these, and at that time there were 8. Well, now they've brought out more. So already that video that I did 2/3 weeks ago is already incorrect. It's already wrong. So I'm going to have to refilm that, which is fine because, like I say, it's my favourite formula of all time, hands down. Don't ask further questions. It's just perfect. It's creamy, but it stays where you put it. It glides over the lips really, really nicely if you've got dry skin like me. It's so smooth, glides over the lips, but stays where you put it. Really long lasting, such beautiful colours. I absolutely love. And yeah, they brought out more shades. So now it goes up to 18, and I think it went up to 8 before, but also there's a few shades sort of in the middle that I couldn't get. So we've got 12 Cushion Talk, 17 Must Have Brown, 14 because it's iconic, 13 Never Too Much, 18 Cherry on Top, and 16 Run Don't Walk. So I think I'm just going to go for like a nudie one today. I do want a red. I feel like this liner is so dark I can probably go for a red. Let's do 13 Never Too Much or 18 Cherry on Top. Let's swatch them. Oh, and now where I'm swatching these on my hand, where I'm looking at that blue liquid liner that I swatched, it's cracking and flaking off my hand. And my eyelids move a lot more, like the skin on my eyelids moves a lot more than the skin on the back of my hand. Really don't like that liquid liner. So we've got 13 Too Much on the top and 18 Cherry on Top. I think I'm going to go for the lighter one. Never Too Much. And just see in real time how creamy these are. They're just perfect. I have nothing on my lips, no lip balm, no nothing. Just see how creamy these are. I love that colour. I love that colour. I love that colour. I know I look insane. I want to just use a little bit of the lip oil that I've got in my project pan, which also happens to be from Essence. It's the Hydra Kiss lip oil, and this is in 02 Honey Honey. And I thought I may as well get another use out of my project pan. products. So I think I'm actually just gonna get a bit of that product on my finger so that I don't get that red lip liner all messed up on the applicator there. But if I just tap that in, and you can like wiggle the colour around a bit once you've got it on. I love that colour. I feel like I need more blush now. When do I not? When do I get to the end of a video and I'm like, yeah, I have the right amount of blush on? Literally never. I always need more. That's better. That's better. So I feel like, although I feel like these releases are still summer releases, these still feel like part of a summer collection. I definitely feel like this is starting to get into the autumnal looks, and I'm absolutely here for it. As I'm filming this, I'm starting to pre-film for Everyday October already. I am already completely in autumn mode. 100% autumn mode initiated. I am so ready. I'm so ready. I would love to know your thoughts down below if you've tried any of these makeup products, if you had your eye on them. I would love to know what you think of them now. Any of these standout products for you, I'd love to know what you think. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.